落ちた競合飛べないカラス
What's up YouTube, it's SILENT BWs here, and today the Banlist came and Mystic Mine is banned. What fantastic news is this? And actually I made a poll regarding this, that do you think this was a good list, do you think was this a bad list or whatever, and 40%, around 40% of you guys said that this was kind of not that good of a list, but I want to try to change your mind regarding that, because I actually think this is quite a good list. Obviously this is not the best list, and I would also change a couple of things, don't get me wrong, but I want to try to change your opinion if you think this was a really bad list. So let's jump straight into it. So I have 3 cards I want to talk about. So the first one is Mystic Mine. Well, Mystic Mine is banned, and what this essentially means is that, you know what, you can actually play the Blackwing synchro only build, and I would not have played it, I would not have recommended it for anybody before now, because the matter of fact is that if your opponent played Mystic Mine, it's like an auto lose without the side deck, or then you had to main deck Cosmic Cyclones and other, you know, kind of not so good cards, which you don't want to do for one card. So right now, because Mystic Mine is banned, you can actually try to make the synchro only build competitive, because if you would go to regionals or YCSS, there would just be Mystic Mine all around the place, so you would not want to bring your synchro only Blackwing build to events as that. But right now I can actually recommend it, because, well, Mystic Mine is banned, and obviously the synchro build, if you didn't know, has a really hard time putting up Omni Negates, so that's why you would not want to or would not have wanted to play it before now. Yeah, and also one thing that is really interesting or really nice is that I think Fluvanderis got like a little bump. I think Fluvanderis is a little bit better right now than it was in the previous format or in the previous, you know, ban list. Because of, for example, Dimensional Fissure, we're gonna get to that soon. But one thing which was hard against Fluvanderis was that if they played Mystic Mine, the matchup was kind of like hard-ish. But now, when Mystic Mine is banned, if you just can get out Full Armor Master, it's GG. You know, they don't play anything in the main deck, anything in the side deck as well to out a Full Armor Master. If you can get Full Armor Master out, you just straight up win the game, literally. And that was not the case earlier, because they could still play Mystic Mine and then just, you know, win from there, which was really unfortunate. So I really like that Mystic Mine is banned. It really makes like a huge difference in this deck, and actually takes this deck like a little bit more closer to the more competitive decks. So let's go to the next card, Herald of Orange Light Limited, and I think this was also a really good hit in a way. Well, obviously they could have hit Terra Elements like a lot more, but a lot of the Terra Element, Ishiku Terra Element decks didn't even main deck this. Some had completely dropped it, or some played this in the side deck. And basically what Herald of Orange Light made, or what actually scared me, was, you know, playing Simoon's effect and then getting Herald of Light, destroying it, and it was just like not some good experience. So this card being at 1, and you know, our Simoon is most likely gonna resolve, which is really nice. And with Herald of Orange Light, it also made Baroon the floor so much more accessible for Terra Element or Ishiku Terra Elements, which is also really nice that now when Herald is at 1, they're not gonna access Baron the floor that easily anymore. And like Baron with Crimey was just really hard to break, like 2 Omni Negates, and usually they have more stuff as well on the board. So that's really nice. And also one thing to really keep in mind is that when you're going second against Ishiku Terra Elements, what was the best card you could possibly draw? Well, it's obviously Shifter. Like, no other card makes such a big difference than a Dimensional Shifter. But what happens if your opponent, the Ishiku Terra Element player, drew Shifter? I mean Herald. Well, then he can just, you know, negate your Shifter, so it didn't matter if you drew Shifter. So basically now when Herald is at 1, it's gonna make a Shifter, Dimensional Shifter, resolve a little bit more, in my opinion, and that's just gonna make the like other strategies that are resolving on drawing Shifter and playing Shifter win a little bit, just a tiny bit more, because Herald is at 1. So yeah, that is also something that I really like. The third thing is that Dimensional Fissure came to 3, and this also helps Fluvanderis and different strategies a lot. Fluvanderies in general, because Fluvanderies had a hard time playing Necrovallo because they have their on-field spell, and this is just something they can play when they're going first, and obviously I think this is also gonna help Fluvanderies take maybe like 1-2 spots from a YCS or big events from Ishiku tournaments. So I think we're gonna see much more Fluvanderies players, or at least some more Fluvanderies players in the upcoming events. So yeah, I think this ban list, like, it wasn't 10 out of 10 perfect, but I think it is better than most of people see. I understand Konami that they don't want to hit cards that they have just been released, and if you look at the Ishiku tournament deck, almost all the cards are literally like new cards that they've just released. One card I would have liked them to hit is Instant Fusion, because Instant Fusion is just such a crazy card, and it's already limited, you know, and it just... yeah, it should have been banned, I think, like 1 or 2 formats ago, because it's just one of those kind of Seki cards that just makes too much for one card. But yeah, tell me down in the comment section below what you would have wanted to see in the list. I know that Ishiku Tournament is still tier 0 or tier 0.5, whatever you want to call it, but it took a small hit by Herald being limited, and also just for all the Blackwing players, especially the ones that enjoy playing the synchro build, Mystic Mine banned is just like, it just makes the deck viable in my eyes, in my opinion. So that's really nice to see as well. So let's see if we can get some regional, you know, tops with the synchro build only. But yeah, tell me down in the comment section below what you think about this list. Would you change anything, or did you think this was all around a pretty nice list, you know? Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。